Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for July 13th, 2026. All right, grant and research portfolio managers, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before I go any further, 6,197 opportunities surfaced. Positioning windows opening. The good windows are getting claimed. Posture matters now. The current cohort is the GPS Positioning Window Review. 8 firms, 1 Shipley Certified Capture Manager, your book against this terrain. Code GP6119 holds 1 of 8 seats, and the extended 30-day preview that follows. Links in the description. Now, let's read the board. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 6,197 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 2,321 legislative signals. 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. In the last 168 hours, we've seen a robust flow of 6,197 opportunities, signaling a dynamic landscape. However, the board speaks a more nuanced language when we delve deeper. The conspicuous absence of budget ceiling limits, BCL adjustments, might lead some to a false sense of abundance. Yet, seasoned managers who read this tape know that raw volume without budget clarity can be misleading. Our top opportunities, such as the FEMA Log House 2 initiative, lack disclosed amounts, further clouding the financial terrain. The capture ticker reflects this ambiguity in the legislative pulse, with 2321 annals but 0 executive, DFARS, or court opinions movements. This creates an accessibility bottleneck where the sheer number of opportunities doesn't necessarily equate to actionable intelligence. The flow is there, but without the expected executive actions or court opinions to refine or redefine these opportunities, we're navigating a sea of potential without a clear course. CR drag, or continuing resolution drag, isn't explicitly mentioned but looms as a spectre hindering clarity. The legislative deep dive suggests a reshaping of demand conditions, yet without executive movement, we're stuck with a volume-heavy, value-light environment. If you manage this grant book, the signal here is clear. Prioritize opportunities with fleshed-out financials and legislative backing. Use tools like the Capture Terminal to sift through the noise and isolate those with concrete backing. Turning to secondary signals, the absence of terrain holes and lobbying clusters might seem like a flat line, but this is a deceptive quiet. The lack of hiring spread and agency activity points to a market in a holding pattern, awaiting legislative clarity to ignite movement. For grant and research portfolio managers, this is a telltale sign of market mispricing, a calm before potential policy storms. The 0 count in court opinions and lobbying actions suggests that stakeholders are perhaps waiting for legislative changes to settle before making decisive moves. This can mean latent opportunities for managers who are prepared to act quickly when the logjam breaks. Think of it as a coiled spring scenario. There's potential energy waiting to be unleashed. With no terrain holes to navigate, the landscape appears deceptively smooth. However, the real smart moves lie in positioning for the anticipated shift in demand conditions. Managers who prepare for a possible surge in hiring or lobbying activity post-legislative clarification can capitalize on the lag in market adjustments. So, the signal here is to stay nimble and watch for emerging trends that can signal a shift from this holding pattern to a more dynamic environment. The current market is a dynamic, policy-driven environment with legislative and executive shifts actively reshaping demand conditions. As grant and research portfolio managers, you should be asking, are our submissions aligned with the latest policy shifts? How are we adapting to the changing demand landscape? Are we leveraging data analytics to anticipate future funding opportunities? In this climate, a strategic approach to submissions grounded in real-time policy analysis is crucial for maintaining a competitive edge now. I want to bring back what I mentioned at the top, because after everything we just walked through, it lands differently. The Capture Terminal gives you live searchable access to the same intelligence driving this brief, filtered to your portfolio, your agencies, your NAECS codes, the GPS positioning window review, 8 firms, a credentialed capture manager verified at verify.the-icon.ai, reading your book against this specific terrain. If you manage this grant book right now and you want someone qualified to look at where you're overextended, where you're underpositioned, and which windows are still reachable, that is what this session is for. Code JEEP6119 holds one of 8 seats. Cohort attendees get the 30-day extended preview. Everything is at communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. 51.0 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. Just a quick note, you'll be disconnected in 5 seconds due to inactivity. Please say something if you'd like to continue our conversation.